So with the sudden rise of Helldivers 2 that recently came out, and honestly, I have been thoroughly enjoying my fun with this game. It is absolutely amazing. It is ridiculously fun. And honestly, it's still in its infancy, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of updates coming soon, a lot of different maps, a lot of different objectives coming out. And I wanted to put my own thoughts as to what I would like to see as a maybe stratagems or maybe some equipment that could possibly come out. And honestly, the whole entire concept of this game is absolutely amazing. It's not just players dropping in some sort of map and you complete the objective and then you're just done. No, the crazy thing is that everything that is happening in game in real time is all of the players, all the communities fighting in this crazy war of pushing back the threat between I'm just gonna butcher the names, so I might as well just call the bug creatures. I think they're called Tyranids, but I'd rather just call them bugs or just something like that. And then we have the automatons on the other side, and everybody has been also putting news and updates as to what's also going on in the war. We finally taken over Angel's Venture, which I was super psyched to be a part of that war. I was also towards the end of that of the Heath deployment as well, and I was like, I feel like I'm part of this little, like I'm a small cog in this entire operation, but I'm also really helping out as to what's going on. So I'm like, my mind is spinning on this game. I have absolutely fell in love with this game, and I thought I really wanted to make a channel purely focused on just this game. I have another channel. My name is Shadow Combine. But I wanted to create this new content and this new channel where it's me and the Bottom Boys, and we're all trying to sort of put updates on what's happening in this game, and we're also putting things that we also would like to see in the future of this game, and also going to put our own spin, our own chapters in this war as we're streaming together. So I hope everyone can enjoy this video. We'll see how everything goes here. If you enjoy the video, please do give me a like. But again, if you don't like the video, if you don't, let me know your opinions down in the comment section below, and we'll get started. So for my first idea that I definitely would like to see this get implemented, may not get so much love depending on who's really listening to this, but hear me out. So the trainee. The trainee is a Helldiver that isn't a full-fledged Helldiver. The way that you can differentiate him from your typical player Helldiver is that he's not going to have, obviously, the what do you call it? The code name. You know how everyone has like an A1, C2, or B3 type of names that are on the things? If it's ever going to be something on the list, then it's just going to be called trainee, and maybe given a special color like maybe white or black, just to show that he isn't like a player at all. His job is just to follow you around, carry your recoilless pack, or maybe just be an extra gun. He only carries a liberator, or if you really want to dumb him down, only give him a pistol with his own supply. Or if you want, he can have the full cast of equipment, where he can pretty much carry everything, but you have to supply him. I really want him to be very limited, that if he's going to have his own supply, then just give him a pistol, or just only give him a liberator. He can't carry grenades or anything like that. That way you're still the priority in terms of doing things. He's only going to follow you around, or the person who casted him in the game. I feel like there should only be one of him. Like, if he is out there in the field, he cannot be called again. There is no multiple trainees, only one trainee per session. If he does get casted down, or let's say he gets killed early and you want to call another one, every time he is summoned, he takes an extra reinforcement. He is like the many batches of personnel on your ship in lore wise, and you can only summon him when you are level 15 in your stratagems. So I think that'll be like an interesting way, especially when the later difficulties, players are going to be very separate, including in the chaos, and sometimes you just need someone to get your pack and reload your ammo at full speed so that you can at least provide a better sort of strategy. And it'll be nice to have all 4 players in the field doing separate objectives and separate jobs, and at least one trainee can really make that difference all the more better. My next idea isn't a stratagem. I know that I said I was mainly covering stratagems and equipment ideas, but I also would like to see objectives be placed in urban areas, the cities of the many planets that we're trying to sort of liberate. Because honestly, that is an amazing concept that, like I said, the game is still in its infancy, and we're still going to see many maps and many objectives get placed in. And I feel like, obviously, like the original Helldivers, there was a lot of urban area maps that you were trying to liberate. But I really want to see more, like more city-styled maps where you can like see like the destruction that happened with the automatons or the pyramids, really just trying to like just control the entire sector. You see like damaged buildings, things are collapsing around us, and you're really trying. I also would like to see maybe underground type of maps as well, things where you can't always use orbital strikes to solve your problems. So, I mean, like I said, there's going to be many things. I am glad to hear that exomechs are getting placed into this, because that also gives us potential to see other types of vehicles maybe, or just better ways to bring equipment out into the field. Because I felt underwhelmed just only being, you know, Helldivers as just like I'm seeing like tanks from the automatons, and I'm like, where do we get that stuff? I mean, I get it, we have like a giant ship watching over the battlefield, but I definitely would like to see like some vehicles, which the exomechs honestly does fix that issue. My next idea isn't so much of stratagem or sort of thing. It's more like maybe objective based, but I definitely want to see more life into the planet. Because a lot of the times we see planetary forces dead pretty much all over the evacuation sites and things of that nature, where you imagine that there probably would be some survivors left. And I get it, there is evacuation missions, but I also would like to see more life being breeded into that, like maybe a couple forces that are still living as we speak and still trying to defend their post and other situations where we can also help reclaim the planet from already defending positions that are on the planet. Like we're like an emergency sort of call, and they're still trying to defend certain posts on that said planet. Like let's say there's a squad of defender units down there, and they're just barely even surviving, and we need to make sure that that post doesn't get overrun, or the main defense forces are not entirely killed off, and are just at least buying enough time for us to call in not only evacuation, but also some support coming down. Because the whole point is that we're liberating the planet, so rather than just evacuating every single time, while we evacuate, I would like to see us bringing down equipment and bringing down more soldiers to cover more land. So one is objective based, but also maybe seeing a couple of defense forces just still wandering around and trying to like help contain the threat. If that could be a stratagem or maybe a perk as part of the ship, that every time you're trying to take over a map, that there's already like forces trying to help take over the sector, or trying to at least repel some of the situations off of you, like just taking some of the heat with you. Another thing that I definitely feel like is missing is night vision goggles and infrared goggles as well, so that we can be able to see through dense fogged areas or very, very dark areas that could possibly help us. If it feels too much, then maybe just limit it to marksman rifles or any weapon that may have a scope. That could at least, limit because some of the areas can be super fogged up and or just very, very dark, and it's just hard to like see past everything. So I get it. If certain weapons need to have it, by all means, limit it to the weapons with maybe just scopes. Or if you just want to eliminate this entire problem altogether, then have it as an equipment that takes up a certain slot where you can actually see, like I said, in the dark or in very fogged up areas where you can't see past like 5 feet in front of you, which I do like the suspense that those maps give. Don't get me wrong, I definitely love those maps because while everybody hates them, I'm like, that's what makes it scary. Because you don't know what's happening. You don't know how far the Tyranids are away from you. They're probably just about to pounce at you, or you probably thinking that something small is just coming up to you, and it's probably one of those giant ass arachnid spitters, and it's just horrifying. Alright, that concludes the very first wish list that I definitely like to see like stuff get implemented in this game. Again, this is just a wish list. Not everything that I say is exactly sound or sometimes even reasonable. I could be wrong about most things that I said, but tell me guys in the comment section below, what would you like to what would you like to see get implemented in this game? What are some ideas that you have, or if there are some counters that you just didn't like that I said, let me know as to why you think it would be wrong for those things to be get implemented in this game, and tell me why. Hope everyone had a good time, watching this video, and please stay safe.